So we're actually starting our walk around Avebury at the centre of the town, which is the Red Lion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So we walk down here. And you see some stones over there. If you haven't been to Avebury, then you should very much come, shouldn't you? Very much try to come.
You mean to visit?
If you want to come to Avebury,
Visit
us. We've just been for a pint
in the Red Lion.
in the Red Lion,
Which is very nice too.
That's a lovely building, isn't it?
So what's our starting point for the viewers, Phil? Are we going to take them into the Stone Circle, or are we going to start now?
Well, we're going to go anti-clockwise.
Because you started before I came out, you see.
No, I just started when you came out.
Oh, did you? Oh, right.
So we're going to go anti-clockwise around the village
Okay.
and see what we can see.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's only the...
there's the shop.
This is good of the stones here. That must have been for Easter.
There you go. Lovely Easter bunnies. Someone's taken a lot of time doing that, haven't they?
Great, see these little sheep?
Yeah.
They take ages to do.
And the stones, although
Of
that looks a bit
course,
phallic,
the stones. Yeah.
more or less. Henge shop. So you can see the Stonehenge.
Mm.
It's not Stonehenge. The henge, the Avebury henge, is really
Yeah.
important here, isn't it, Kath?
It is. But it's 4,600 years old. So I think that's
How old?
4,600 years old.
Is it?
Mm.
It's daring.
Why, how old is it? But having said that, around this area,
Look.
people have been farming the land for 6,000 years.
Have they?
Yeah. So if you think about that in terms of that, I mean,
Yeah.
it's quite ancient, isn't it?
So we can go around clockwise,
All right.
which if you go through that door up there, you can go around clockwise. Or if we go down here,
I think we should go through here, go further down,
we'll go
get a feel for the village.
anti-clockwise.
Yeah. Anti-clockwise is always a good choice.
Which is not down there, but down here with the National Trust.
Yeah. Always be opposite
Entrance.
of the norm.
Yeah. Always be opposite to the norm.
That's it.
So, give us some facts and figures about
Avebury.
Avebury, Kath.
Well, it does say it's one of the largest stone circles in the world, but
Yes.
it also says
Crows.
that is. And then listen to that.
Yes.
It's only
Up there.
that's only applicable to the outer Sarsen stones, but it is the
Well-
largest. It is because there's two inner circles.
It would
as
only
well.
be applicable to the outer stones.
No,
'cause
but
they're
this-
the largest, aren't they?
Of course, but there's two inner circles as well, and there are about 100 stones
Right.
in all, or there were.
Okay.
Can I carry on,
Yeah, go on.
or are you interjecting again?
No, I'm not interjecting at all. Look, we're going up these steps here.
So yeah, it
Everybody.
dates back to Neolithical
Look at this, everybody. Up here.
Neolithical times. People.
Never mind about that. Let's get up
That's
these
what people
steps.
need to know, Phil.
Neolithical.
Facts and bloody figures.
Oh, look. Right,
Right.
there, straight away, look at that. No messing about on this vlog, look at that. Straight away, you get to the stones.
You shouldn't really touch
The
them,
reason
though,
why we're here.
because the acid from your hands can damage the surface.
Can it?
Yeah. So don't touch them.
The Avebury Stone Circle starts here, friends.
Avebury. Now, what do we know about them? 4,600 years old.
Yes,
Claimed to be one of the largest in the world.
yes.
Uh,
They all have different names as well,
yeah,
you know.
but also they were a place of ceremonial rites.
Yes,
So they would and they would also do like order of the day. People would gather, people would know their place in the community. political and spiritual gatherings, and so it was very much an authority place. You know, it was giving authority to the people of the lands here. Now, into the Middle Ages,
there's no place on earth like this.
yeah, but into the Middle Ages, you've got to remember these became.
Look at that.
You shouldn't touch them. The acid on your fingers will damage the stone. Think about
People have been
conservation.
touching these
I
for
know,
thousands
you
of
don't have to be
years,
like
Gav.
everybody else.
Yes, I
But
do.
listen, Middle Ages. If you just pay attention for
Yes.
a minute,
Yes,
in the Middle
Middle
Ages, you would have seen the stones go over to pagan rituals and devil worship, and that really did happen. They would do sacrifices on site.
Really?
So you know they've got a great history here on the site.
What are these holes in the stone?
You know, an order. An order.
Cup holes.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
An order for the communities and people who needed to know where they stood within that community, to passing through the ages, becoming areas of ritualistic paganism, ceremonial sites.
Now these
Yeah.
concrete blocks here represent where stones used to be.
That's right.
So these are where people, they're no longer there anymore.
And going back to that, if you think about the 1930s when Alexander Keeler came,
Yes.
studied some of his archaeology here and rented the manor house,
Yes.
which he eventually bought, he was the one who actually, if you think about agricultural times as well, there were a lot of buildings went up around here that really shouldn't have. He cleared all the buildings that shouldn't have been here to this site, and he repositioned and re-erected a lot of the stones,
Yes.
because in Middle Age times, a lot got buried and a lot got destroyed. So he was the linchpin to keeping this as it is now today.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So he bought over the site, the site here, and then eventually it became into the ownership of the National Trust.
Yeah. And you'll notice.
Tell a bit about 2011 when the trust acquired it.
I will do, but.
No, 1990s. Sorry, they
No.
acquired it. But it was.
What about the manor? We're talking about the manor now, or the stones?
No. When did they acquire management of here?
Well, I don't know. But see this ditch here?
Yeah, that's about.
Surrounded the ditch. There's earthworks that surround the stones as well, isn't there?
That's right. That's about 9 meters, or it was about 9 meters down.
Yeah, and that's an artificial bank that's been built up around the stones to protect them.
And you've also got.
You can see the stone. There used to be a stone there, a stone there, another one there that's missing.
Yeah. But you've also got 2 really big long avenues coming off the main circle.
Yes.
Which is West Kennet, isn't it?
Which you've got avenues going off the one at Stonehenge as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So,
And you've got like various other sites like the Sanctuary and Windmill Hill and Silbury Hill.
yeah.
There's lots of other monumental sites right across this space here
Yeah.
that you can explore.
You can see them here.
See them in your face, Phil.
Look, they've got holes in
Well, you're going to do it, aren't you?
Yeah, well, what's this hole for?
I really
Who's actually drilled? It looks like someone's drilled a hole in there.
See, that could have been during agricultural farming progression,
Yeah.
and they could have used them to support other buildings that have now been demolished and taken away that shouldn't
Yeah,
be
possibly. It's fascinating, isn't it?
there, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you're driving into Avebury,
No, Phil,
Avebury, when you're driving into Avebury, the first stone you actually see is this one, because this is right next to the road here, which you can see. There's the road. And this one is right next to the road. This giant Saracen stone.
Now, do you think that Stonehenge gets far more attention than here?
I do.
I do, yeah.
I think this is far more interesting than Stonehenge, don't you?
I do, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, it's a better place to want to come.
And it's still classed as a World Heritage Site,
Yes.
as it's called Avebury Henge, but most of the time I think the attention goes to Stonehenge, doesn't it?
It does.
But there are, I mean, it's the biggest because it houses 100 stones.
Yeah.
And it would have been more. See, the actual site itself at the stones is 4,600 years old. But the actual area of activity and farming is 6,000.
So they've closed this bit off here.
Again.
This is the embankments.
So,
And
which do we have?
we go down here.
Which is which one?
I don't know. You can get them online. I think you can
we haven't
find.
got one with us at the minute.
No. So please use this road to cross the next sector. There's a hawthorn in blossom, Kath.
Very interesting.
The bees are using them.
Bees are loving them.
So that's the first section of the stones, but we're not finished yet because they go on even further.
Silbury Hill's an interesting one here because that's actually a burial mound.
Yes.
And there is a tomb at Hilbury Hill that you can actually see.
Silbury.
Sorry, Silbury.
Yeah.
Hilbury. Silbury.
Yes.
Silbury Hill, and you can actually go in and see it. So it was very much a burial area, that space.
Yes.
We're talking about a very ancient people here, aren't we?
We are. It's a fascinating place to come. You don't have to pay to see these stones, by the way. This is open to the public. It's open to just walk around from dawn till dusk, and you can just have a look round. And it's a great monument. It's much better than Stonehenge because you can actually get close up to the stones. In Stonehenge, they rope everything off.
Yeah.
You're not allowed near the stones, which I think is a tragedy, really.
Yeah.
Because these stones are...
Yeah, but I think for many years it wasn't cordoned off, Stonehenge.
I know.
They did detect erosion to the stones themselves.
Well, I think it's more about
But
control.
Do you think it's... Yeah.
I think it's English heritage and the National Trust, and people like to control things. They like to tell you that you can and can't do this in a public place, and well, actually you should be able to do it. This stuff's
Yeah, but
owned.
there are certain things that are directly accessible to people like that they do have to conserve.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want people graffitiing the stones, do you? You don't want them damaging the stones.
People being
Which is
people
fair enough,
will do this
but
sort of thing.
there are limits to what you should
So
and should
there's
not
twos
do.
and fours
Just cross the
inside.
road here.
So let's not get into that debate, yeah?
Why not?
And it's not for this channel.
Yes, it is. I'm going to turn this round now
Good.
to show
Let
people.
the people see. You don't want to see us all the time.
No, they don't. So, we've come over the road and we're still going round the Avebury Stone Circle.
Avebury.
You can see there's a stone over there and there's these two
Now, are you
stones
doing
here.
a stone count?
I'm not doing a stone count. You think I should? There's a lovely barn.
I think we should do a stone count. Just
I
for
don't
an
think I'll do a
audit.
stone count. I don't want to do an audit.
Just in case any have gone missing.
Yes, Gav. So, what do these stones represent?
Tell us, Phil.
I don't know. Is it like Stonehenge, which is like a clock thing? Why is it in a circle?
I don't think they actually know.
No, I don't think
Or
people
do they?
know. I don't know. There's more of a footpath here, actually. So, Some of these stones look randomly placed here, but they're not so randomly placed as you may think, because they were associated with other stones that have since disappeared.
Yeah, there's been quite a few that have gone.
We don't know everything about this circle. It's mysterious. I suppose that's where the witchcraft and the paganism came from.
But if you think about early on in Neolithic and Bronze Age times, it was more to do with a place of authority.
Yeah.
And administering to the people of the area.
Yeah.
You know, and keeping control, I suppose, again. It was used for both political and spiritual purposes.
Yeah.
So
I suppose it was. Look at this blossom on this tree here. And that little cottage there. It would be lovely to live there.
yeah,
It's a bit small, but it looks lovely.
it's idyllic, isn't it?
Fancy living amongst the stones.
You've got loads of tourists coming through every 5 minutes.
No, I know. There were coach loads earlier on.
Yeah, we waited.
Oh, and
till
it
you
put
all
us
went.
up. It put us off a
Yeah.
bit, didn't it? Having a look
So we
round.
went and had a nice pint of cider in the Red Lion pub,
We did.
which used to be managed by a lady from Liverpool.
It did.
But now it's under a new management scheme, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're going over there towards them steps there, see?
I think this is probably about the best time in the day to come here.
I do.
It's more
it's
atmospheric.
it's in the evening, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's about 6
calmer.
o'clock now.
Yeah,
So it's quieting down
and
a
you
bit.
can appreciate the space more.
Yeah.
You feel connected to it more.
Yeah. This somebody's left a little gift,
Oh,
little Easter egg.
Avebury.
These stones didn't originate from here, they were brought here, weren't they?
They would have been brought in, yeah.
Yeah, because this is all chalk
Yes.
downs, so these aren't the kind of stones that you
That
would,
you were getting endemic
Here.
to the area.
a bit like Stonehenge, they
yeah,
were
they were
brought from
in.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
So oh.
Isn't that beautiful? The sister one.
Yeah, it is. So, just going to go up here. And I think I'm going to take the drone up here, Kath. Yeah. Yeah. Quite amazing. You said this was part of the Ridgeway, Kath?
Yeah, this is part of another ancient ridgeway that cuts through the landscape,
Yeah.
going right across all the connected monument sites, from the Stone Circle over to Silbury, to the Sanctuary,
Yeah.
to Windmill Hill and West Kennet, and the two big avenues that are leading off from there.
They're like processional avenues. I
Yeah.
think one goes down here. somewhere,
One
doesn't
goes
it?
that way and one goes to the west, one goes to the east, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
it's
think.
said to connect to Stonehenge in some way, isn't it?
I've not researched that. I don't know about that. Let's
Yeah.
see if we can find something out now.
Well, the same people who built
Yeah.
Stonehenge, or opposite
Us.
tribes or whatever,
Would have replicated it here.
would have done
Yeah.
this here. Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it?
Let's see.
So, it's fascinating, isn't it?
So how did you think that went, Phil?
Well, I've enjoyed this trip to Avebury. I mean, we've been here many times, but we've never really videoed it or
Vlogged it as such.
vlogged it as
Yeah.
such. So
We have done videos of it, but
Yeah.
not for here.
it's interesting to look at it from a different point of view. And I loved Uncle Peter's drone footage. Although the stones look like little dots on the
Little
landscape,
tiny-
don't they,
Yeah.
when you're looking
do.
at it from above. But you get an idea of how
Get an
big
impression of the scale of it
the
as well.
scale
and how
of this
far
thing.
It goes. Yeah.
it is. Massive. And it's the largest one of its kind in the world.
Yes.
So,
And it's a world-class heritage site
well
along
worth
with Stonehenge.
coming to. And it costs you nothing. You don't have to pay to get in. You don't have to pay fortune, unless you go in the pub, that is. You don't have to pay a fortune.
Which I think they hike on the prices for tourists
Yeah,
in
you
there.
do.
Yeah.
So,
So bring you round.
yeah, you don't have to pay a fortune to get in, and it's all free. Apart
And
from-
it's a wonderful ancient site.
Yeah, it
Prehistoric site.
it's great if you love history, culture.
I mean,
land art,
parts of it
whatever you
are
wanna
up to
call it.
5,000 years old, like this.
Yeah,
What's the name? The Sanctuary,
yeah.
which is at the other end of West Kennet Avenue.
And
So,
there's,
yeah.
we'll turn you round
And let them have one last look.
and we'll let you have a last look at the stones. If you've enjoyed this vlog, then please
Give us a like,
give us a like,
click the bell,
click the bell icon,
share it on your media channels,
share it on your media channels,
and help us grow the channel.
make a comment, anything you like.
Like or dislike, we don't mind.
We don't mind. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. And it won't be here.
But it will be on another one.
It won't be on another one. It'll be somewhere else.
On another
one. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Stonehenge. Not Stonehenge. Avebury-henge. That going down there, that route is the avenue, processional avenue. You can see stones down there, see? That's a processional avenue to the stones here. It's great, isn't it?